Hello, my name is Alan Ellison. I'm running for the Florida seat in the United States Senate in 2022. I am running because I am tired of seeing what's going on day after day in our great nation. I know that many of you feel unheard, forgotten, and even ignored by current leaders. I know that your vote is a sacred right. It's part of the freedoms granted to us by our Constitution. Many of you, like me, feel that we have wasted our votes in the past on politicians who will literally say anything to get elected. They will make grand promises on the campaign trail and then toss us to the side once they're in office. I want to change that. My victory in this election will be our victory. My seat in the United States Senate will be your seat. I want to be your voice. So many people have fallen through the cracks in this country. These people do not have the means or the platform to speak up and be heard. Some of them feel that their opinions do not matter. I want you to know that your voice will always be heard and that your opinions will always matter to me. I'm starting my campaign for 2022 right now. I want you to get to know me, not just as a politician, but as a person. I want you to see where my priorities are. You will get to know me through social media, personal conversations, town halls, and live events. I want to earn your vote. I want to earn your trust. And I want to earn your respect. So let's begin this journey now. Let's hear your voice. Let's get to know one another. And together, we can make this nation better, and we can make this nation more united. Thank you.
Tell the viewers about you and why you want to run against Senator Rubio.
Well, I grew up in Hardee County, and I got a chance to see a lot of people be marginalized. I got a chance to see a lot of people be disregarded, overlooked. And when I ran in 2018 as the special election candidate following the death of April Freeman, I got a chance to run in the state's largest congressional district. And what I found out was that people in every county inside of 9 counties were pretty much dealing with the same type of issues that they were dealing with in Hardee County. And that is that most of the politicians have overlooked them, forgotten about them, and usually never respond to any constituent services needs. State's largest congressional district, I got a chance to see just how many important issues have gone overlooked. Issues like veteran suicide, issues like Americans living with disabilities. And I felt like that no other senator in the country was talking about these issues. And so at the very least, I felt that if I ran with this national platform, we could raise a great deal of awareness on the issues that matter to so many people. The other thing is out of 11 years, Marco Rubio has only been to work 40% of the time. That means 60% of the time people are in need of services and they're not getting them. And I felt like, you know, if I'm out here every day working as hard as I do to try to help people wherever they are, I might as well be the senator and raise the issues, raise the awareness on the issues that matter to people. So it's really about bringing a more progressive, a stronger, a better, and a more responsive style of leadership to the United States Senate. And I got started kind of early. Nobody else is really jumping into the race at this point. And so I felt like, you know, we need strong leadership. I have a very diverse background. I've done a lot of different things in my life. All of them have basically led me to this point. To be able to be the best possible candidate that I can be and the best leader for our state.
We have a lot of progressives that are watching this, people that are huge Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren people, as far as candidates that, you know, ran for president in the past. Can you talk to them about, and we know, you know, I know personally, I should say, that you're not a person that's from this big wealthy background. You're not some multi-millionaire guy. Can you tell the viewers about that and how you're going to be, you know, fighting for them, not just some corporation or the sugar industry in the state of Florida?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the problem is that most of the people that are impacted in the most adverse way are the same people that need the most representation, that need to have a voice. So when I look around this state and I look around this country, it's broken up between haves and have-nots, and it's the have-nots that are the vast majority. They have not a representative in the United States Congress from most of the districts inside of Florida. They have not a senator that represents their interests from the state of Florida. They have no voice because whenever they are literally reaching out, making phone calls to their representatives, to their senators, they are not being heard. And so the reason that I am running is because I am one of those people. I come from this place. I'm not wealthy. I believe that if you don't know who I am, if you don't even care about who I am, then there's no way that you can represent my interests. And so I know what people are going through. I'm in my business right now, and my business has been hit by COVID-19. I have family members that have died from COVID-19, and all of this could have been avoided. And so at this juncture, I believe that we must have programs like a wage subsidy or universal basic income to help people get through this trying time. I believe that we need a new Green Deal to keep up with our climate change. We need to actually roll back climate change because it's so important for the future for our children and our children's children. When you think about the fact that the earth is covered in 3/4 water, only 1% of it is drinkable water. And we literally have big corporations that are poisoning our waterways here in Florida. And they go unchecked because a lot of times they are giving campaign contributions to these senators and to these House of Representative members. And that's why they can't hold them accountable, because they're taking their money. I want to be beholden to the people. I don't want to be beholden to special interests and corporations. And so that's why I haven't taken any of their money. I want to be able to bring the necessary changes to strengthen our environment, to improve the quality of life, and make the necessary changes that are going to actually make that happen. And that means I have to conduct myself in a certain way. I have to reject certain types of money, because not all money is good money. And, I respect Senator Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, because they are progressive. They believe like I do. They believe that you have to give the power back to the people. And the only way you can do that is to get money out of politics. And if you can't get money out of politics, then at least what you can do is reject those types of dollars so that you can hold those people accountable. There's a lot of things that I want to do. I think the FICO system is discriminatory. I think it's predatory on people of color, poor individuals. It makes it where they have to pay more in interest for having a lower credit score. There's so many things that affect so many people, but without someone who comes from where the rubber meets the road representing those interest groups, then it's just going to be more of the same. And we've seen time and time again where these career politicians are continuing to benefit special interests and not the people. And that's why I'm running.
Alan Ellison running for U.S. Senate against Marco Rubio. Definitely check this guy out, alanellison.com. Alan, as we move on, we know you're going to get this from the establishment. And even if you get past them against Marco Rubio, they're going to be calling you a socialist. They're going to try to inflict race into this. What are you going to do when people stop playing these racial games, this socialist, code word games like they do all the time? It's sad, but it's
Yeah, absolutely. The thing I said earlier is that I have a very diverse background. And one of the things that I've done with my life is I've worked in the field of marketing, branding, communications, sports, entertainment, athlete representation. So I understand messaging very well. I understand it is a strategy that the Republicans use to demonize the Democrats. They are very good at it. But I'm also very good at branding and marketing. So as someone who is running on the national platform, I will be utilizing my skills and my team. They are very resourceful. They are very brilliant. They're also marketers and branders who also understand what I understand. So we're going to lead this country on making sure that we control our own messaging, our own branding, and we will let the public understand that no, the United States Constitution is the oldest in the world. We are a republic with democratic values. We believe in democracy. We are not a socialist party. And once we start educating the people about how social programs are a benefit that is that you are entitled to for the simple fact that you pay taxes. It's a trade-off. Right. It's not a handout. It's a trade-off. Right. And when people start to understand the truth will cut through the lies, and we will be able to reach people and make them understand, because again, there are 55,000 different issues, and those issues are tied to millions of people. When you begin to find those issues that affect everyone the same, like Social Security, when we begin to help Republicans understand that it's Republican leadership that's trying to dismantle the Social Security system, after working 30 and 40 years, they're not going to want anyone messing with their Social Security. When you get hit by a car and you become disabled, you can be a Democrat, Republican, or independent. You will depend on the same benefits as everyone else that's on that system. And the last thing you don't want is for someone to deny you disability benefits 3, 4, 5 years down the road when your doctor has already deemed you to be disabled. So these are the type of issues that we're going to focus on. They affect people where they are every single day. I know in Florida, there's 2.8 million people that have a disability. In the country, there's 61 million. So these are the issues that no one's talking about. Veteran suicide. The rate has gone through the roof. Every day, someone is committing suicide that's a veteran, sometimes 22 a day. And with COVID-19 and the stressors that come with that, that number has gone up as well. But no other senator in the United States is talking about it. I'm a candidate. I'm bringing it to the attention of the people because I believe that every single person has issues that literally impact the world that matter so much to them. And I want them to know that I am listening, I care, and I want to be the champion for those issues so that we can bring the necessary changes to get the resolve that's needed.
Alan Ellison here on Fire Breathing Rum. As we go to the end of the interview with the last few questions, Alan, I do want to ask you this. The stimulus package just finally passed the Senate 2 days ago. With that, you know, a lot of people were kind of pissed off that we're Democrats. A lot of the people that I'm friends with that were progressives, that are young people, you know, they were promised. Joe Biden went down to Georgia. He promised the people of Georgia that if they voted for Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff, they would get the $2,000 checks. Then once they got into power, they went from $2,000 to $1,400. There was also a promise of the minimum wage of $15 an hour, which Bernie Sanders fought like hell for, along with a few other Democrats. And we saw that 8 Democrats voted against the minimum wage. So, you know, when you run on those policies, as far as progressive policies, and you start letting people down that voted for you, what gives? If you win the Senate, will you fight for $15 an hour? Because people in Florida, obviously it's going to go up to $15 an hour. They passed the amendment in 2020. If you get something passed by 61% of the vote in Florida, then you know probably the rest of the country wants it. These are issues that people want all over the country. So will you commit to, if you're elected to the U.S. Senate, to fight for 15, to fight for Medicare for all, Green New Deal, all these other issues that really are needed for people of all backgrounds to survive in this country?
Absolutely. I will fight for it. And not only will I fight for the $15 an hour at the federal level, I will make sure that we are doing everything in our power to stop the senators here in Florida who are literally trying to make it where those returning citizens are not able to partake of the $15 minimum wage increase. We want to make sure that everyone will be able to get at least $15 an hour. Even if they have done their time, they deserve a second chance. I believe in strengthening families, and $15 an hour will definitely help strengthen families. It's a shame that we have people that are literally trying to work against progress. I think that all policy in the United States and in Florida should help improve the quality of life for people. It should make improvements to society. It should never hurt and it should never harm. And a lot of times you will see that these Republicans that are in leadership, their policies harm people. And I believe that we have a responsibility to raise the awareness on what they're doing, call them out for what they're doing, and call out these voter suppression tactics that are like Jim Crow era style tactics. We are better than this, but we have to make sure that the voters are better educated so that they can vote in better politicians.
And we definitely need you to fight against the filibuster. We need to get rid of that filibuster.
Let's end it. Yeah. Absolutely.
Because otherwise nothing's going to get passed. And we have these people like Kristen Sinema, like Joe Manchin. I mean, who elected Joe Manchin president? I mean, I didn't vote for Joe Manchin. It's really sad because people need this electoral reform with HR 1, the minimum wage, as we said, an energy bill that will push the Green New Deal. These are things that working people need, and people need an earth to live on. So, you know, if they don't have that, they can't survive either. So it's really sad. This is simple, basic things that we need in this country.
Absolutely.
I want to end with this, Alan. And again, AlanEllison.com. Definitely check them out. People are really upset right now because Bernie Sanders lost, Elizabeth Warren lost. There doesn't seem like there's really a progressive leader in the Senate besides Bernie and Elizabeth Warren. There's not a lot of help from Joe Biden. A lot of these policies are not being pushed. So how can you give them hope? Obviously, we want to get you elected. That would be a huge step, especially from the state of Florida, to get a progressive in there. But what would you tell them to do? These people are down. They may not vote because they're upset about, they feel like the lies by Joe Biden already, whether it was the $2,000 check, the minimum wage push that has just been pushed to the side. What would you tell these people that are down and out? They may not vote.
Well, Congress was always designed to move with slow and deliberate speed. So that's at the foundation. But I will say this, as our country gets older, because we are fairly a new country in relation to the rest of the world. But as our country gets older, it becomes more progressive, okay? It becomes more liberal. I am excited that this younger generation of leaders that are coming up, I believe the majority of them are progressive. And once we have control of our government, we will see pretty much everything that we want to happen for the people. I will say, stay encouraged, stay engaged, and continue to look for candidates like myself that believe in the progressive ideology. One of the things that I've been doing in terms of a campaign is making sure that people understand that it has been the progressive ideology that has always improved the quality of life for everyone. It has been there at the turn of the centuries that when we start talking about like voting rights, when we start talking about Pell Grants and all of those things that move society forward, it has been the progressive agenda. And we will continue to make improvements upon that agenda. I think that in the next couple of election cycles, it's going to start to turn extremely fast because people are really tired of what is going on. The majority of the people, they want legalization of marijuana. They want to decriminalize marijuana use. They want to decriminalize substance misuse. These are things that people want in large numbers. We just have to put enough pressure on leadership so that leadership can get on board with what the people want. And that's what I plan to do with the microphone that I've been given, is to raise that awareness on these issues and to build a coalition large enough where we can leverage the weight of that coalition with leadership.
Well, it's also, too, we have a lot of these people, and I'll end with this, that very old. The Democratic caucus is extremely old right now. We have people that are 80 and 90 years old, and God bless them. But, it's when it's time to go, it's time to go. We need new young people of all backgrounds that have worked real jobs, that have not multimillionaires, such as what you do. That's a real job. An everyday working person knows what you go through, and you can go and represent us in the U.S. Senate, because you know what really everyday working people are going through. So that's why we need Alan Ellison. AlanEllison.com. Definitely check him out. You already have my vote. You have my vote before the interview, and I'm not just trying to BS you. I'm trying to tell the truth, because it's the platform you're running on as far as a progressive platform. You're not a BS. You tell it like it is, and I appreciate that. And we need more young people to run for office and win, because we get stuck with these establishment hacks, and I'm honestly so fed up with them, whether it's Democrats or Republicans. So definitely elect Alan Ellison. Vote for him. Try to volunteer for him if you can. Give him a couple of bucks if you can. I know it's hard with the coronavirus, but if you can. Alan, how can people help you?
Well, we are always looking for people to join the team. We have a very nice size campaign team that deals with communications and writing. So if you have the kind of skills where you want to write, we help you to learn where you can publish a lot of your writings. That helps the campaign. We're always looking for people to do like phone banks, text banks, help out with our virtual town halls. We're looking for people that are policy oriented, that can help strengthen and bolster our policy stances, opposition research, pretty much any skill set a person have, we can find a way to blend it with our campaign. I think that we have one of the largest campaigns and most diverse campaigns, and we have people literally from every single state that have joined forces with us in our campaign, and our age demographic ranges from like 14 years of age all the way to 80. So
it's great.
I get a chance to listen to my team, get a very comprehensive perspective of what people are thinking, because I value the input that people give me. I want this campaign to be organic in a sense that we know what people are thinking on the ground, because we take the time to listen and we take the time to craft responses that are relevant. We also take the time to come up with solutions that people can actually benefit right now. 2 years from now, I will be the senator, but we shouldn't have to wait 2 years for people to get help.
Agreed.
So,
Alan, thanks so much for your time. Again, AlanEllison.com. Check him out. Help him out, please. We need to get more progressives in the U.S. Senate. That's for damn sure. Appreciate your time, Alan.
Thank you very much. You have a wonderful day.